She said, tell me how you wanna please me. I'll set this house ablaze, long fucking hours, babe. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. And in today's video we're going to be doing a story time about one of my worst dating experiences. Okay, I've only had a few bad dating experiences, but they were bad enough that they stuck out like a sore thumb. So for the first story time about my worst date, okay, let's get into it. So me and this guy, we had met on Hinge, right? And something about me is typically I don't like to date men who have children. Like, I don't mind dating women who have children, just because typically, at least in America, for what I've seen and just from my experience of having a single mother, usually the mom is the main one taking care of the children. She the main one looking after them, holding it down. So with that being said, you know, I know that, okay, their kid is going to be safe, they're going to be well taken care of. Whereas versus a man, a lot of them have that luxury of not having to be a full-time parent. So it's just like, you know, I ain't dating no man who is not actively, you know, doing the things that he need to do to be in his kid's life. But I had gave this guy a chance, because although he did have 2 kids and 2 baby mamas, y'all, before y'all come for me, I know I went so against my books, because I already had told myself, okay, if I do decide to date a man with a child or children, they need to all be by the same person. And you know, it need to have ended because they got divorced or something. And you know, he was telling me how they were engaged but she cheated on him and that's why they broke up, and she just was not trying to do what she needed to do to take care of the children. So he was able to get full custody of one of their kids, and then he has 50-50 custody with her. So the other kid has to split a lot of their time between households, whereas the first child, like I said, they're like, the dad has full custody. So because of that situation, I was like, okay, like this man is like a full-time parent. He with the kids when he not at work, and I love that. Like, that's what I want to see. And because I was like, okay, I don't want any children for myself, so this is perfect. Like, I don't feel like I'm motherly at all. Like, I never felt like I gave that vibe, but I feel like I would be a great stepmother. And I know this, like, girl, like, that's still kind of being a mother, but you know what I mean, like in the sense of, I don't feel like I would be a good parent full time, but you know, take like having them 1 week, you have them the next week, I could do that. I could get down with that. Like, I don't know, I can really get down with that. But anyways, that's besides the point. So anyways, because of those factors, like I said, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give him a chance. And the guy was really attractive, and also he has a great career. So we make a plan to go to this place called Third Spot, right? And for those who are like, I don't know what that is, basically it's like a fun center for adults. It's 21 and up, so you gotta have your ID. Like, it's 21 and up only, okay? They're not playing. But anyway, they got a whole bunch of different like arcades. It's almost like a smaller version of Dave and Buster's, except they got a bowling alley in there. So like, they have all these different games and all this stuff, and even a bar. So anyways, we going in there, we having fun. And so we start heading upstairs because we realized, like, oh snap, they have 2 floors in here, and we just wanted to see what like other extra games they had. So we went up to the 2nd floor, and then we played one of the games. But then we decided to go on the other end of the 2nd floor, and immediately when we went on the other end of the 2nd floor, it was these 2 gay guys. And when I seen them, I didn't think nothing of it, but then immediately in my head I was like, freak, if I peeped them out, I know he peeped them in. I was just like, either he's about to say the most homophobic thing ever, or he's not going to pay them any mind. It's no in between. And so I started getting nervous, because I was just like, bro, like, I know he's probably going to say something. Because a lot of men, I'm not trying to say all men are homophobic, but a lot of men always have something to say about gay men. Like, I don't know why, especially when it comes to like gay black men. So anyways, I was like nervous, my heart beating out my chest. So I go to one corner of that end, and like I said, the 2 gay guys was like straightforward, so they was like kind of on the other end of us, right? So as soon as I go to like the corner, I make eye contact with the guy that I'm on a date with, and I see him walking over, but I also see him looking at them guys. So I said, yeah, he's about to say something. So the first things out his mouth, y'all, is, I'm not homophobic, but, and as soon as he said that, I said, oh, hell no, this nigga one of them. Like, you're weird. You're weird. Like, I don't like that. You're weird. So anyway, he kind of like started going on his rant, and he was just like, you know, I don't have no issue with no gay men or nothing, but I have an issue with them rannies, okay? If you catching my drift. I'm not gonna say the real word because I feel like that word is very nasty and problematic. But anyways, he just decided to be like, yeah, I have no problem with gay men, but I have problems with them rannies, okay? If you catching my drift. And immediately I was like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? Like, where is this coming from? I'm like, mind you, not that we would even know, like what do trans people got to do with two gay men? So anyways, I divert the conversation, and immediately in my head I say, yeah, after this date, he not hearing from me. So anyways, I divert like the conversation, and we go back to playing games and hanging out, and we even go to like the bar at one point to get drinks, right? So then we have our little fun. We play all the games. We even do a game of bowling, and we had some fun, okay? So at this point, he was like, oh, I have to use the restroom before we leave. I said, okay, cool. So it was 3 restrooms, the women's, like a family stall, and then the men's. So immediately, as soon as he came out, he's like kind of making like a weird face, similar to the face he was making when he seen them 2 gay guys. So immediately I was like, fuck, he's gonna be on some bullshit again. So he walks up to me, and he was just like, you know why they got 3 bathrooms, right? And I said, so people like me can have privacy when I want to shit in the bathroom? And he was like, no, for them rannies, for them rannies. And I was like, what? I said, what that got to do with anything? And of course, now that I can think about it in the moment, I'm like, duh, the individual stall is typically for people who are handicapped. But I don't know why that didn't come to mind when I like first said that, because to me, like, whenever I go to the family restroom, obviously I'm not handicapped, but I sometimes use that restroom if I feel like I gotta blow that bitch up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not one of them girls who don't fake the fun. Yes, if I gotta blow up a bathroom, I will do that. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna hold it in so my fucking stomach can hurt. Bitch, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It make my stomach hurt worse. So anyways, I was like, yeah, it's for the people who want to shit in the bathroom and got sensitive ass stomachs. Like, we can't have privacy. Like, I didn't know that was a problem. So he's like, nah, it's for them rannies. It's for them rannies. So he just kept going off even more about how much he hates trans people and all this weird stuff. And I'm like, you don't have to agree with people's lifestyle and whatnot, but at the end of the day, you should still respect people. And 2, if they not bothering you, why are you so provoked? And like, that's what like had baffled me the most, because I was like, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, this all started because you seen them 2 gay guys. Mind you, to my knowledge, they're not trans. Like, they look like cis gay black guys. So I'm just like, what do cis gay black guys have to do with trans people? Like, this don't have nothing to do with them. And immediately in my head I said, yeah, this nigga, he must be attracted to trans women, because usually them type of people who be overly, I hate them type of people, a lot of times they be fetishizing them. They be fetishizing whatever specific group they have a hate for, but because they have so much hate in their heart, they'll never let you know that, yes, I really be fantasizing about them, which is no problem, because a lot of trans women is beautiful, okay? There's a lot of trans women that I'll bust it down right now, like, okay? Like, a prime example is my girl Angel from Pose. Like, that bitch is bad as fuck. Like, I'm sorry, like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, I love a bad bitch. A bad bitch is a bad bitch regardless. Bad bitches is non-binary, okay? So it can come in any form. Like, I love a baddie, and who am I to stop myself from fucking with a baddie just because she may not have the same anatomy as me? That is not none of my motherfucking business. The only thing that's my business is you interested in me as much as I'm interested in you? You are? Okay, good. Let's go kiss now. Like, that's all I'm worried about. So he just kept going off. So again, I de-escalate the conversation and I switch it to something else. So then we just kind of like go to our cars and eventually like part ways. But like I said, I had already told myself, once he had went on that first coke rant, I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, because you're weird. Like, why are you bringing these people up when they're not even here? Like, you're doing this unprovoked. And then I'm like, also too, they're not even here to defend themselves, even if that was the case. Like, you're being weird, because it's like, do you have the same energy for trans people in their face? Like, you didn't even have the same energy for them 2 gay guys that was over there, because The guy, he wasn't no big old guy. Like, he was like a little bit taller than me. I would give him like a good like 5'9", 5'10" at the most. But he had like a slim fit build. Like, he was slim, but he was muscular. But them other guys, like, they look like they got a little weight on them. Not in the sense of like they muscular, but like in the sense of they like a little bit on the stockier side. So, you know, he would have had his work cut out for him if he tried them niggas. And I'm like, why don't y'all be having the same energy for the people in their face? So yeah, I was like, yeah, you're rubbing me the wrong way. This ain't gonna work. So then like the next day he had tried to reach out, and that's when I had told him, I was just like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna work, because even though I did have a really great time with you and like you're a nice guy, it just threw me off how much you kept talking about trans people, especially unprovoked, because I never brought them up and there was no trans people within the area for you to even mention them or anything. Like, it was just unprovoked, and I didn't really like that, because I feel like if you're willing to put those people at danger, what is stopping you from putting me at danger? Because if you're willing to put your hands on a trans woman, at the end of the day, whether you like to believe it or not, that's still a woman. So if you're willing to put your hands on her, you're willing to put your hands on me. And a lot of times, being a black woman, especially a dark-skinned black woman, we are not protected. And so it's just like, okay, if they out here attacking the white bitches, what is stopping you from attacking me? Okay. And I feel like same with trans women. At the end of the day, they still women. So if they attacking her, nothing is stopping them from attacking me, especially because a lot of people like to try to villainize dark skin and try to masculinize it, when it's just like, bitch, what me having dark skin got to do with being masculine? Like, them two things don't even correlate. But yeah, I had to let him know, like, yeah, this not gonna work, because like you're being weird and I don't like that. Like, it seems like you're attracted to them. You have not come to terms with that part of yourself yet, and I need you to do that expeditiously. You know, like, ain't nothing wrong with being attracted to what you're attracted to, but don't be out here talking one big game like, oh, F this group, da 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 this, but behind closed doors you be in their face, you be in their messages, you be watching they OnlyFans. Like, come on now, be so for real. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this story time about one of my worst dates. Okay, like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. I will see you guys later.